Wait, me even come say you have the Yenya Hawkes. Yeah. Honorable Alan Kwejo Kyerematen. I say didn't hear Kyerematen. Kyerematen.
Kyerematen.
If I just say no.
Kyerematen in Fifi. Kyerematen. And GB also in Lithuania.
T-E-N.
I know original.
Kyerematen.
Akwaba. Yo, wait there. Movement the other day. Oh, that's a way there. Surprise visit.
Wait there.
So,
a big surprise.
What was that? Afro-Franto way. It's me emergency landing over there. Emergency landing.
Where emergency landing?
They me fire.
Oh wow.
Some motor me catch it.
Too much.
Too much. Fire na. Maybe some.
The movement is saying.
Oh, sure. On say a chassis. Just my fan say 1 week and a few days.
Yeah.
Now we share the groundswell no in terms of I'm saying no. This is something they had been waiting for.
Okay.
Oh, say we say Ghana for do na they be a what did you more kana one more can say oh there be say sense be back na nya bibi fofra yeni yebetumi ama enye that so then there na it was the expectation of many Ghanaians.
Yes.
So maybe I'm confused. So is a third force or is a movement?
I want to say American there was this general eagerness said people wanted change. Tisa Oshakra within NDC no I had to say no biana na Nigerians so say you maintain status quo no. Uba MPP ma is the same sense of adding the status quo establishment candidate once there's an aversion which are the rank and file now. And this desire for change, you know, and no war and then they lead you to the third force.
Yes.
The only thing is third force, you know, whether it comes in the form of a new political party or some other form, no, that was the different perspective. Now my understanding is that between NDC and MPP together from 1992 now it's almost 30 over 30 years 32 years for who extended NDC and copy NDC you are going back to 1981 so between these two dominant parties just you go back and forth now we shall say some of the fundamental aspects of livelihood and I say Omano a canco and in Puntuna. Naka is between the two parties, you know. Naka is a major transformation be about. China, China, Asia, China, I mean, it took them only just about 30 years to turn around China from where they were to now the second most powerful economy. Yatigana, you know, say time is of essence when it comes to development now. This two dominant parties, so over 30 years, back and forth, we call nowhere about now. Not yintimi and call your name in a significant way. I move the majority of Ghanaians beyond poverty to prosperity now. Now, you should start thinking about that. And now say, you hear before Frana. Now, Osha, it is not a new party. And a new party don't any does because say a new party no more share there. Send a come movie and I'm a one. Tina acquire say maybe it is time to also have a leader. A leader who is voted on his own merit and not on the ticket of a political party. And only the change, the dynamic be a system no represented by the Mimi Yesia. Say, Madam, say, Yame, ever told Super Gusam na succeed. Now, this would be the watershed in Ghana's political history. If you say here, you then have an independent, I say, candidate.
Yes.
Olidi or Minor, not on the ticket of any party. So he stands in the middle as an independent broker between the two dominant parties, not only the two dominant parties, but indeed even the other smaller parties. And so almost almost come and not so benwa naka quite say no nipano obedu man anim. And your party na didn't buy the and say bisa say dear in a wayeda and now dear in what or extra say so by on the bet me and make a difference. That is very, very important because it cannot be say over 30 years who are two dominant parties. You call from IMF 17 times. This is the 17th time. Yako. Something must change.
Chief Alan, something must change. May I see three major areas? I mean, in your policy be a shape. Encouraging. I don't know whether would GTP capture youth unemployment. A key. Your health system, very, very relevant. Your educational system also no. I know come see. And then finally, majority of us, your welfare, that's very relevant.
Yeah.
It chief. What are my a third force no? And I say third force at James. I think there should be something from you. That should tell us and give us the hope. Say, you bet me,
but you are absolutely right, Omain. So, said the American, the desire for the change is not only anchored on going beyond the two parties. That's only one aspect of it. But it's important. But the second aspect, say, Ghanaians are looking for a new plan, a new blueprint, which will deal with some of the issues here. Okay. If you say, oh, the Ukofa new leader, not only plan, I know only blueprint. Now I say, yes, they want change, but now you say, what is the change bringing to them? And to one aspect of the change, is also building national consensus around a new blueprint for Ghana's transformation. And only GTP. Me trying, I'm a Serbia, I say Ghana for, I say, already president. And so now this is our blueprint, at all. And yet from the from January 6th,
GTP.
From January 6th,
your first national address.
First national address. Now, I say, this is my plan to move Ghana forward. There were 15 different pillars. And to help here, my own perspective about how to significantly transform our health sector. About education. You know, my views about education. Employment is fundamental. The employment, three components of the GTP, and they deal with how you can create massive employment opportunities. But you're fixing the economy itself. Because they say fundamental. But the other one here, industrial transformation. We are here, you can say all the great nations of this world, they are the most industrialized countries. There's no debate about that. So through industrialization, and will create jobs. And also is one pillar. And then agricultural revolution. And also another pillar. It is our three pillars of the GTP, deals directly with youth
issues, not raising
youth unemployment. Yes.
One other critical thing would be, I mean, beautiful ideas. Obi Awajimra go through GTP. The first speech, would know, sir. Yes, I mean, say Nyame Aduna on Saka political power. Na unya the political will to implement everything on that paper, then we can see some changes in our country. But the point is that you need to first get the political power. And I know communications director about me busa the question be say so in the two dominant political parties, even before the EC blows the whistle, say elections, they all have in excess of about 200,000 votes. Just party officers alone across the country. For the close to 40,000 polling stations, so Obefa polling station be a polling agent 2 that's 80,000 people, for just polling station to man the election, the polling stations for you. For the movement you lead, more capacity,
Absolutely, sure. So what kind political parties are? To say the what kind, oh, delegates.
Okay.
Was it 200,000? How many delegates? But Nipa saying the 2 Obama MPP, and now Nipa saying the 2 Obama NDC. You're talking about minimum 6 million.
Yeah.
Now, until Osha, you saw 200,000 years through. because 200,000 compared to 6 million, I just say, or more sympathizers of the party. Sani Panina, no, Omonkoto, Aba, Enyi, or more, Sebio flag bearer. And maybe my natural constituency, no, sir, Nipadodona, Tisani Padodona, many of them, volunteers, sir. I just say they will mobilize the support on the ground more than the parties. And I say, my party penny.
Sure.
Me, say from my founding member or MPP. Now, even as a party, we've never really been able to get down in a general election to the voters. So, and one and the party to your margin. So, I didn't know you could to Obiama me hope, but actually, me got to my. But maybe movement in a movement with a certain cause, with a certain set of values, with a certain direction, and with the hope for to better the lives of the ordinary person. And the Nipa do wanna say maybe 1 week day, the go round that the Nipa cancer when I near train, when I first I obey your announcement, near just say I feel what your politics so a yawa never won the permanent over jai. So now whereby you know. A more certain sense of hope. It is our numbers now we can pulling agency there. Now, so Nipa 3 million out of even 6 million. No, Nipa make even within one party. Nipa they believe in Allah. So then the 200,000 does not matter. And I remember there is no village in Ghana. Allah either by facial recognition and name recognition. You see street musesia. Now they say Nipa that one day problem cry. And now me feel say this is what Ghana needs now. My general frankly said the Mekano. You hear a non-partisan a non-partisan leader obey me and mobilize the best talents from Ghana. Not only politics, until one party sympathize idea. There's a would
may suggest to say Chief Soswama. Yes, you're equipped. Landy when we are cheering army and I paying. But in fact, you better as a kind to say we are a father coming. Yeah, the message woman say Ghana 40. Yeah. On one an appointed timer. GT, now for your GT, your father Bassa. Na ye no asare so betimi ase de si for man. So ase nti ono another Roma. Iti ye wo Adom FM, ye wo Adom TV, ye wo Asempa. And ye wo Joy.
Yes.
Inshira de nyame Adom. Ono ma ko wi aba. Iti ono an hihye mu no. Yeah. Ye bia man because you afraid one me you be subject GTP no.
Oh kebe me de pa. Mo house so de minim say content. I dear friend content and I won't say because journalist and I'm very happy so mine. I was here discussion you are drawing attention to GTP. Sure. So bad now
that's what I do.
And MPP and free mo and I and no sabi emo I'm happy. Yeah,
but you don't make me happy in front home come. So we are happier. Yes, you are afraid you be share GTP no. Papa. Obi so what I say. Then better me kind. Na me oni ha. You see a man worth his salt. Yeah. Ultimate can't tell me so name the left from the right. Yeah. It's in Ukraine say. Onim the oye dia. Omi ehu so onim the oye. That is why I make a chance say on my brain. But now we're also going to pay attention to detail. Yeah. What the GTP entails. Then we'll ask questions that are raised on the because the Ghana phone here say who beto yen. Ye pechuku papa mema. Ye pejuma ma yen kwado mo we university.
Ya kwan ka ho.
Ya kwan ho asem. So what you say?
So CD dollar no.
Yeah, of course. Hey, you careful now can say what go say so.
Interest rates. Oh, nyina. But church mu say ye trust ya. Uba say
how to deal with those things.
If he said, okay, I'm happy. Say, no man here Ghana for. A bemo ma bra bonni woman casano.
No, but my answer, Chief Bequasi Chief say ye be phone lines. 80% of the concerns are roads. Okay. For Ghanaians are 80, just in a minute or two. what would be your agenda for roads, and how would you deal with your roads problem?
Very simple. A buying from independence. Yajia to who say as a buying a year coin. No, it doesn't happen anywhere in any matured economy. So, Uko America, Uko Germany, Uko France, Uko Asia, says here. Private sector business for no.
Yes.
And I buy more coin say you be more incentives. Rabi ambanya musika bi a mon ko pesca number. Na ya twitwa akwan na mamo concession. E dia mamo no aye. Mu wi a toll. That's what happens. I buy a person use one musika kura woni bi. O budget sika kakra revenue a wonya no. Wa for so ase opese wodi ye kwan. Eno so woni bi. American because it ain't gonna happen. If it's a scandal, you need a different model. So on the show, and not only roads, but roads in the most important thing. That is the only way government will provide incentives to the public, to the private sector. One more and then be a sicano. As you can't be any problem with you. A mine a walk over Busia would a canoe minimum. Woman, but now we say, and yet even roads, even construction of airports, construction on him, major international airports, a way we are saying, Dodona owned and managed
by private
sector.
Sure.
Now, what I was the airport, Uzuniska, I brought you a message every second. And not every minute plane to plane landing. It's and Ukraine are constructed with private money. One more area or majiji one more airport tax in it too. Now where here open still and Ukosi airport. Open so railway line. And no need the difference at GTP no ever. Oh, but there are certain things infrastructure projects behind there typically public works. So in fact, so for drains here, show Alajo, and then we are say flats still Ghana. The be so to penny and yaprum. One
big drains.
One say for time.
Sure.
One say first name Zota. A whole problem I never hono. Next say change Ghana the deal. But one say big drains,
big ones.
One problem was our coincidence. And you say want to make us say private sector will be and cover in the second because I don't want to make there are certain public works be there.
And DOG should fund
it. And sure. And it's not quite limited projects here. And they will wait to me. I and they say revenue now between them. Now be ultimate revenue at 12 free with now, a mommy chance, I will say, sir, a coin there's no reason why I said a coin year problem. What's a time I may not make a campaign first, make I say, actually, Socrano, government, a beer will bet to me abwa with beer financing sources. Sure. I'm on their equipment. Sure. On the major, on their equipment. But beyond that, and it's a walk up here. I buy so what the bear coin.
Chief, clear this perception a develop, and I've heard people say, sir, Chief Alan is not in this to win. He's only in this to ensure say his party would lose the next election.
Which party?
If Obi the MPP, if Obi joins her, what would you tell that person?
A lot of it's propaganda. Okay. So they not come saying ka we dey.
A perception I was
yeah. The person party says I know more statistics so independent candidate be na third fourth party be ntibenya. Maybe situation completely different.
Okay.
Is that what you are saying? Okay. Be a founding member founding members of the MPP have been a dominant figure in the MPP for a very long time.
Yeah.
Now it's not because say oh there ko baby crazy na baby sir.
Name recognition, face recognition.
I don't think say me ene BBS cinema free MPP mo a don't want a dimachino. You have no idea. Until I don't know where can say me free mo at the assay party. No, that has it has no basis. Say one with the major. Now till say MPP or more after November 4th.
Sure.
me to make a one sem. Say me nimu na makoka one sem. But
Asempa FM
2024 election ever kono. Ballot paper no. So ye mahama wi aname bo.
Yes.
They say aka
MPP candidate on be
obi a ye be yiri bia no. The din be baso.
Sure.
Me so say me nya aspirant o. Be flag bearer, be candidate. Me so me din be baso. Me nim me din be baso. Na wo de hwe omo aka nyina pray from all the parties. Na hwe me so me din me nim me din was so a. Ye ko to abana. Wo do enti nyame buma wadom me ene drink kakra odi ama me se me famba bua Ghana man no se me free party bi ma na me free mu se me free mu se nya se me pese
uwi ni ba party ningu
na how is that possible so go phone him how I operate and there is totally out of the question.
We know how you campaign. I remember 2007 or first campaign to become flag bearer of the NPP and the kind of campaign you waged in this country. And I believe, sir, Udin Eshata Krum Hano, I think foundation was laid in 2007. It was a massive campaign. What kind of campaign should we expect from you in 2024?
It will be as you've never ever even seen in Ghana.
2024.
No, sir. I'm very happy, sir.
But you can't say
I'm very happy, sir. You are taking us back to 2000. Oh, me disposition me me na nuti. Nipa bebre e sheda me papa. Say what I say. Na ye ka mo de real political campaign organization in Ghana. When you come on level, there was so no one who didn't want some similar campaign. Make similar campaigner. Obi, so I won't say this city. Now, we say no put there. Now, acquired to say within the party structure. Say no. Made them say I'm promoting a government of national unity.
National unity, sure.
A union government.
Sure.
And she said, not quite say, I'm going beyond two parties, no. And a government of national union and SAB, and your politicians, a software, I am for a businessman, or more young crop, and it's depending. I'm now giving them a voice, a voice. And the part to play in Ghanaian politics. And the type of campaign I may, and yet delegates in a campaign and our party executives. A Nippon do work Ghana and woman who said it is time for us to move beyond the two parties. And also they want their voice to be heard. Say teacher for nurses now they see say this is the only time in the history of Ghana Obiaba say me nya party the demeba. I'm there representing the interest of the people. Obia ekahobi. And teacher say nipa do na na campaign no amame. Enye a party executives. And the dynamism ye dey be back sa campaign no.
Chief vice president.
Hey, yeah. Last time we called Adakabre. So, I got a cocoa fan. Sure. I quite say, Mamu, you could tell me. You're fine now. It's Obi. You see, you have a family. Video for him say, oh,
But I mean, I'm looking forward to the 2024 campaign so much.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to the campaign because at least with you in it changes the dynamics and everything.
Completely.
The campaign will be interesting.
And this will be the first president of the Republic were nominated and elected
by the people, not on the strength of a political party.
Yes, it will be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Honorable, that's it. We wish you very, very well.
But next time, our land is
our land.
You better show when you wish you well. But so for Ashanti region bar Nansan.
It was some media
talk kakra. It is your next way.
Oh,
and I don't
there's a kind of one campaign, man. There's a kind of one campaign.
Mate, yeah, that's a papa.
But you're not for way to bra. The so almost is almost a MP before they were ammonium, and then this for ammonium. In the embassy, who knows,
like me party anthem. And party movement anthem.
Yeah, those are the first, even 2007.
Alan Kyerematen
full album. I don't go back. Oh, we're sitting in the boss.
Oh,
and we're sitting in the boy. Now, so you my message so about a beer mum. Anna, buyer, Grace Ashes. Oh, you know what, baby.
Wow.
Full album.
Chief Alan.
Wow. No, but Chief, who is your statement be on UTV assault?
Yes. Very unfortunate. So at the end of the day, say if we don't nip it in the bud, so what I say, Nasi allow this assault on people who are supposed to be the vanguard of Ina is a very dangerous trend. And that's why I joined it. It's unfortunate it happened to UTV, but it could also happen.
Absolutely.
But also, and then no more can say motion security and we here. But whichever way it is, even if it's a security lapse in Puna or
they have no business going there.
They have no business going there, and this is something that must be condemned. And now, security breach there, America, January 6th, America over here, we show on level of security. January 6th, Trump at the end is here. One said, Nipa invading, someone says security for it. You can be overpowered.
It's true.
But say, Timemu for no, Ghana for no. If we condemn this, now yes, be a more trying to be a Sabu more journalists and young one never condemn one. A bedroom may be not a court even beyond media houses. It is a young condemn mono. Now see, rely only on our security, to a
Chief, many obi submissions. So I disagree with even the pundits or panel or the host.
You have no business.
Who crime be also say
where hooliganism.
Complete.
Where the bank of
no. So this is not something that should be talked about.
A crime be also only who crime so only being junior. So fast our crime so now tata
yes
because on mine will be no junior by name to Quasso or fragment cemetery. It will not be junior. So weird. Say Obakwako Rabebia, only Kwazo simply because the old Carmino Yard, you know, not democracy.
T-shirts near ready. I know I bring back.
Oh, my baby.
They are for Frantoni Bueno. Thank you.